Ready to convene the Housing Authority special meeting. Call the meeting to order. Shall we say the Pledge of Allegiance? Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Penna is not with us today, but it appears that everybody else is. So that's the roll call. Let's go to have a motion to approve the final agenda. Anybody? I move that we approve the final agenda.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we approve the final agenda. Presentations. Who's going to make the presentation here? Jerry Gonzalez? No. Nobody? Okay. You will. What's your name?
Hello, I'm Olivia Rascon. I am the regional manager with the Boat Communities.
Very good, Olivia. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you prepared to do this? Almost.
Almost.
Okay. All right, good.
Okay, so let's go on. So the period we're covering is quarter three, which is January 1st through March 31st of 2026. We'll start with maintenance updates. This last quarter, Mountain View had 147 completed work orders of 157 received. Indian Wells had 178 of 187 received, and both communities averaged a completion rate of 94%.
Okay.
Okay. Our priorities range from 1 through 4, which number 1 would be our fire, life, and safety priorities. Most of those are completed, except for the AC replacements. Those are as needed. Bath to shower conversions are ongoing as needed as well. Window repairs and replacements as needed. Weather stripping are currently in progress. And for the golf carts, those are partially completed. We still need a couple of repairs on a golf cart. I believe that's at Mountain View. And then perimeter fencing is ongoing, but that is a category 4, which is basically within 3 to 5 year asset maintenance category. In progress also is the appliance replacements. We do those as needed, and window cleaning is pending. Possibly will be completed in this quarter.
I assume that air conditionings are prioritized as we're heading into the summer?
Yes, so those are as needed as well. Yeah, the ones that we have, we knew about have been completed. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. For reasonable accommodations, we received one in this last quarter for Mountain View Villas, and that one was approved and installed. Indian Wells, we have process 2, and both were approved as well. So currently we have no reasonable accommodations pending. Next, we go to waiting list. So active applicants by property are Indian Wells has 118 active applicants on their waiting list, and Mountain View has 140. 248 total applicants across both properties, and demand continues to outpace availability. So our waiting list is growing, but yeah, we just need vacancies to come.
Can I ask one question? Do you review that periodically to remove, those who have found other places to live and so on? Okay.
Yeah, we update. Mm-hmm. Continuing on to vacancy update, both properties are 98% occupied as of the end of March.
What does that mean? Is one
well,
available?
Well, actually, Indian Wells at the end of March had 2 vacancies.
It's actually 99%.
Is it 99?
I think it's 100%.
Yes, correct. So this is at the end of the quarter, but now they're like Jerry was saying, they're 99% and 100% occupied.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So our goals update, on, let me see if I have any notes on that. So, community safety are, items that we are, focusing on, maintaining safe, secure environments at both communities, employee training, ongoing professional development for site staff, events and activities, local partnerships to enhance resident quality of life, and unit inspections to proactive inspections to preserve asset qualities. So currently, we are doing unit inspections at both communities. We're just about 100% done, though. Any questions on those? Going on to community safety, the lighting inspections, 94% completion rate across walkways and parkway areas. And weekly irrigation checks, those are to prevent leaks and maintaining the green surface. Coffee with a Cop is a quarterly event that we have at both properties. And pest control is ongoing every month. And we're currently trying to treat for snake repellents and additional pest treatments as well. Corner mirror at Indian Wells. We installed a mirror on the corner of Building 820 so that there's more visibility of ongoing incoming traffic there. So that was installed for that safety reason. Repainting of parking stripes as well for the handicap and parking markings at Indian Wells Villas. Was
So
completed.
can you go back to the
Sure.
previous slide, please? So just from, want to hear from both of you on the dais who live in these places. Are you satisfied that lighting, because when I was there last, granted 2 or 3 months ago now, the lighting on the pathways was was being repaired. Are you satisfied with the current lighting?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, thank you for bringing the subject up. Everything's doing very well at Indian Wells Villas. Unfortunately, when the cement was re-poured, when the sidewalks were buckling, the contractor, there was some electrical lines that were compromised during that. And there's some ongoing issues trying to track down where the systems are, in my opinion, grounding out. And they're doing a heck of a job fixing that, but you fix one and it pops up somewhere else. So a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're in conduit, they're very old. And when it's in conduit and it's old, it gets a lot of condensation and it can short out. And it's an ongoing project. They're very diligent about it, but it's a little bit like whack-a-mole. You get one, another one pops up somewhere else.
Okay.
So other than that,
And how about you?
About the same,
Okay. So satisfied,
to a point,
yeah,
yes.
it's just, okay, just takes time. And then the same thing with pest control? Everybody okay with pest control at the moment?
No.
You're not, okay? You want to share a little bit about that?
We've got
Speak in the mic, please. Thank you.
we've got a lot of issues with squirrels going underneath the foundations of quite a few of the units.
Really?
I've got pictures,
Okay.
and I spent 4 hours Sunday cleaning up, and they were back
Wow.
undone
Okay.
Tuesday. Well, anyway, they're having babies, and these are ground squirrels, so they hibernate, and so the foundations, in my opinion, and I'm just a person, by going underneath the units that I live in, and the next 3 sunk over 14 years ago, and they had to be rebuilt. So I'm saying that.
Okay, so we can recommend prioritizing, looking at that.
Yes, please.
Those are the 2 things that jumped out. Anybody else have any questions or thoughts on this page?
no, I'm quite
Okay.
content with how
You?
things are at our community.
Okay. Please proceed. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to staff training completed, we had trauma-informed care, equipped staff to support residents through challenging circumstances with empathy and awareness. We just came back from a 2-day conference in Los Angeles where our staff from Mountain View and Indian Wells got intensive training as well on on this subject here. Mold remediation, we have our vendor Blue Sky Restoration on call basically for any remediations that are needed at the properties. Fire, life, and safety, task goal, led a training covering fire protection, evacuation, and emergency response procedures at both properties.
Okay. Is mold an issue on the properties?
It hasn't been a big issue. There's, of course, a case-by-case situation where
Okay.
there might be, some moisture in walls or some things like that because of a leak, but I haven't seen that lots. It's
Okay.
very rarely. Our activities are ongoing at both properties. So we have daily engagement, daily opportunities for residents to socialize and participate in activities. And we have been getting a good amount of attendees for our last meetings. New community partners are Riverside County Office of Aging, County of Riverside Health, WellBe Health, and Alzheimer's Association. And we have the food wish list items secured to support nutrition and food access. And there's a copy of the January schedule for
full calendar.
Mountain View. Yeah.
Looks like a country club.
It, yes. Yes, they're very active there, so we're happy about that. We can move on to property and unit update.
Can I go back and ask a question?
Sure.
What is the relationship that you have with Joslin Center? Is there a relationship between the
Indian Wells Village.
Indian Wells Villas and Mountain View Villas and Joslin where there's some type of coordination for residents? Do you know what the Joslin Center is?
No.
Okay. The Joslin Center.
Answers your question.
There you go.
If I may.
Somebody,
If I may, actually, Commissioner Whitman, Jerry Gonzalez, I'm the Executive Vice President of Avoid Communities. Commissioner Sanders actually knows me from last year's term. The Joslin Center is actually a program that we work closely with through our Resident Services Program. The reason why Olivia wouldn't know about that is because property management mainly manages the property and the asset itself. Resident Services would make all the relationships with Joslin Center. And they actually work with them as well as a bunch of other partners on a regular basis.
so I guess what I was trying to get to is there a way for, or a shuttle or any way that's organized and established for residents to get to the Joslin Center and get home?
We can absolutely take a look into that and see what type of partnership we can create with the Joslin Center.
And Sunline might be helpful in that regard, too.
Oftentimes, it will be a measure of whether or not those programs have additional funding to prepare those additional lines of transportation, but we can definitely reach out.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, just as an FYI, what he's referring to is, Sunline, which is our public transit,
Yes.
could potentially arrange transportation. And there are a lot of activities at Joslin, so it's worth looking into, maybe for the two of you to follow as well. Okay, sorry, please proceed.
Okay, I believe this is where we left off. Completed maintenance and inspections by property. Indian Wells, we completed fire extinguishers, and they were serviced and tested at both properties. Also, the 5-year sprinkler alarm system inspection was completed. Semi-annual unit inspections are completed at Indian Wells. Mountain View, we had shower conversions completed, a total of 5. Fire extinguishers tested and surfaced and tested. Annual fire riser testing was completed and passed, and semi-annual unit inspections as well. I believe we covered this.
I think you're
I'm going
backwards.
back, I'm so sorry. Okay, reminders to keep certification smooth and on time. So these are our annual recertifications. So basically on this one, we submit a completed packet to include all pages of acceptable verification documents, benefit letters, bank statements, et cetera, to complete our annual recertifications. We do return our original documents to the households. We only keep photocopies of their documents. and all original documents are returned to the household after review. And then our annual recertifications are done on move-in anniversary dates based on each household's move-in anniversary date. Do you have any questions on that? Perfect.
Wrong way.
Oh, my goodness. And our staff right now, it would be myself, the regional manager, and under our Department of Property Management is our supervisor of maintenance, Mark Wormers, our community manager for Indian Wells, which is Christina Dole, and her maintenance technician is Jose Chavez. They both share Ruby Chapa at both Mountain View and Indian Wells, where she's 3 days at Mountain View and 2 days at Indian Wells. And Mountain View's community manager is Christina Contreras, and her maintenance person is Gino Ducasin. For the services department, we have Ariela Talavera, which is our resident services program supervisor, and we have our resident services coordinator, Noemi Munoz. No changes there, but we are currently actively recruiting for the Mountain View coordinator position.
Is that a full-time position?
It is. And last is our contact numbers for Indian Wells, would be 951-344-5274. And Mountain View is 760-772-4688. And our emergency number covers both properties after hours, 909-235-9376. And that concludes the presentation. Are there any questions?
I like your new format of presentation, by the way.
Oh,
terrific.
Jerry's doing it.
It's good. No, it's really good. It's clear, clean. Anybody have any questions? No questions. Thank you very much for your presentation. Madam Clerk, do we have any public comments?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, we do. We have Karen Planapsky.
Okay, Karen, come on down.
Said it very well. Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello, hello.
Do you want to just state your name in the mic for
I'm
people?
going to get there. I was going to thank her for pronouncing it correctly. Karen Planavsky at Mountain View Villas. I would like to be able to address the safety issues that she just talked about. I might be able to tell you that they are lax. I have bad arthritis. I'm on a mobility scooter. The speeding is getting out of control. I have provided you a site map. I have put on an outline the street I live on and where the problem occurs. This is nothing new, but it's getting worse, and I'm getting scared. When Wind Management was covering Mountain View Villas, I went to them at that time asking for perhaps slowing down traffic with speed bumps. Oh no, fire trucks can't get over speed bumps. We'll never have speed bumps. I've let it go, but now that I'm vulnerable and I'm older, I'm scared. And if you see on the map that I provided where I reside and where the speeding is occurring, I hope you'll be able to put in some stop signs to slow speeding down. It is residents, caregivers, visitors, vintage. The vintage truck that picks up the debris with those, whatever they are, is going so fast, it scares me. So please, abode, hear me. Please, council, hear me. Please, can we control the speeding, in particular within Mountain View Villas? Can we have somebody come out and assess how we can slow it down? The signage is bad. It's probably from 2004 when it was built, and it says 5 miles an hour on a little sign.
What is the sign, what is the speed limit?
Five.
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 Five. My car idles a little bit faster than 5, so we could.
5 seems unreasonable.
We could go up to 15, and that would not be a problem. But I feel that when people and vendors and residents and visitors come into the community, they should be able to see what the speed limit is and how to slow it down in certain areas. I don't know, but I'd be happy to meet with anybody who can help me with this. I've been in the community since 2008, and now that I'm on a mobility scooter, I'm scared. So help me.
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your comments. Mr. City Manager, would you just care after the meeting to follow up with that? And
We will. Staff will look
Thank you
into
very
it, and we'll have Public Works look at it as well.
thank you very much.
Could
Any
I-
other-
Could I just
Yep,
ask for
please.
clarification? The speed limit now is posted at 5 miles an hour? Is that
Yes.
what I say, correct?
Yes.
That may be accurate, yes.
Any other further comment?
Well, no, but I mean, that just seems like unreasonably slow.
Right. So Chris will look into it.
Can I say
Yes,
one
please.
thing?
Absolutely.
The streets also are wide enough for 2 cars, but there's no
Dividing line?
dividing line, so everybody takes their half out of the middle when they drive there.
Okay.
So when they cut corners, I have literally been cut off on a corner and up in somebody's yard because
Okay.
they went around a bus.
Okay.
So it's very bad.
Okay. So you're looking at not just speed, but dividing lines. Any other thoughts on?
Well, that would slow people down going around a
Yeah.
corner.
Okay. Thank you. No other public comment? Okay. Close public comments. Executive Director report. Dr. Freeland, anything?
Just a couple comments based on the presentation you saw. Abode mentioned how they're looking to improve the golf cart fleet. Staff is looking into providing perhaps some of the surplus golf carts that we have as we're exchanging from the golf resort. So Kevin will be working with Abode to see if there's any of our fleet that we're replacing could be of use to Abode and to the 2 properties. So that's the first item. The second item, Commissioner Whitman already mentioned about the Jocelyn Center. Staff is also working with Desert Recreation District to help try and identify other partnerships that can be done at both properties as well. And that's it for my report.
That's good. Consent calendar. Any items want to be pulled from consent? If not, do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar? Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Consent calendar passes. General business. Indian Wells and Mountain View Villas operating budgets. I believe this is your opportunity to speak here, Finance Director McCarthy.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair and members of the Housing Authority Board. My name is Kevin McCarthy. I'm the agency's treasurer, and I'll present you our new operating budget for fiscal year 2026-2027. Included in your staff report today is a very detailed, comprehensive analysis of the budget, including attachment 3, which lists all of the budgetary assumptions. So with that, I'm going to limit today's presentation to just 2 items. One, we're going to talk about ongoing fiscal stability and our commitment to the quality of life of our residents living in our affordable housing communities. As in past years, looking at the new budget, the primary drivers continue to be property maintenance, resident services, HVAC repairs. I know we mentioned that just earlier in today's presentation. We are committed to that, not only making sure they're repaired, but replaced in a timely manner. In matter of fact, this year's budget, Indian Wells Villas has nearly $60,000 allocated for replacements, and Mountain View Villas has more than $195,000 dedicated for long-term replacements. Looking at our financial stability, where we'll end up this year, Indian Wells Villas will have a net operating surplus income this year of about $50,000, and that's after we reserve an additional $55,000 for ongoing capital repairs and maintenance and replacements. Similarly, Mountain View Villas is just a larger project, so its numbers are proportionally larger. The net operating income at Mountain View Villas is about $175,000. And again, that is after we reserve $85,000 for ongoing capital repairs and replacement. As delineated in the staff report, this year's budget is focused on improving resident quality of life. And what we're focused on this year are additional tenant activities, engagement programming, and recreational programs. And the spirit of that is that we want to build communal space for all of the residents living in both communities, that they have the opportunity to come to the clubhouse, to get out of their homes to the extent they wish, and be part of a community that's thriving, kind of fun-loving in that whole spirit. And with that, this year, we're putting our money where our mouth is. In addition to the program that we had allocated last year, we're allocating an additional $20,000 a year per property to look at the expansion of services and resident activities at both properties. Our key investments, is again delineated by the budget, we'll be looking again at the HVAC repairs. We're having fire safety and security alarm systems. As the properties have begun to age a little bit, we're seeing additional electrical repairs and plumbing repairs, extermination services, and so on and so forth. The spirit with this is that we're no longer doing or having any deferment of services. So there is no longer a space where we're deferring any expenses till next year. We're wanting to maintain the projects and the facilities and our communities in the best shape that we possibly can. This year, one of the things that we've seen, and we did mention it earlier, Abode's folks, was both at Indian Wells Villas and Mountain View Villas, the addition of what we call shower conversions. So the units were originally constructed with a tub shower structure. Mm-hmm. And as our residents have begun to age in our communities, the idea, what's available to us today is the idea of a step-in shower. This is a really appreciated benefit, and we are committed to doing that. We have funding available for those things going forward. As you saw in the presentation before mine, there's a very, very brief period where folks can apply for that, and we can begin doing all the conversions. With that, I want to leave the board with just a few bullet points. One, the budget is clearly fiscally responsible. We are dedicated to not only preserving, but improving the quality of life of folks living in our communities, and also no more deferred costs. I think that was something I'm extremely grateful that we're doing. With that, that concludes my presentation. The board has three options. You can adopt the budget as it's presented. You can make modifications as you wish or provide us additional direction. I'm always available for any questions you may have. And as you met them earlier, we have senior management from Abode who can answer any of the more technical operational questions. Mr. Mayor, I'll turn that back over to you, sir.
So are we going to have 100% of the showers converted to step-in?
The sound of inevitability is yes. I don't know the flow rate. I'll ask Jerry to come up.
The shower conversions are usually done as a reasonable accommodation. So as they are requested, we'll ensure that that is actually gone through our regular process. And then the conversion happens shortly thereafter. If I were to make an educated guess about the two properties, we're somewhere in the world of about 70% converted at both properties. And we allow for the budget that you presented to do about 10-15% of the conversions per year.
I see.
Yes.
So it's going to take a couple years. If residents want to convert, it may take a couple years
That
to
is
get
correct.
it done. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I was happy to see the increase in the budget for services. Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I do. Real quick, Kevin, could you explain a pergola replacement?
Those were ongoing, the floor replacements that we've been doing. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
I have a question, and Commissioner O'Hay may want to weigh in on this. Did we finally get the roof leaking issue at Indian Wells Villas resolved?
Yes, but it is an aging roof, and we have done maintenance on it. Ultimately, your question is one of full roof replacement, which would require a long-term capital project in order to do. We're trying to figure out the feasibility of doing that on the project.
There was an issue of solar panels getting in the way of repairing the roof and so forth.
That's correct. And there is an order of operations. Your solar panels at both properties are pretty aged at this point.
Yeah.
So there is a question of which capital project goes first. Obviously, if we were to replace solar panels, roof would have to happen first because you'd be drilling into it. So again, it is a matter of prioritization of where funds can go. Mr. McCarthy has been very good about guiding us to make sure that we run revenue over expense as opposed to in previous years with your previous management company. So we make recommendations and prioritize based on available cash for the property, as well as where the most pertinent needs are based on that capital improvement plan that you saw at the beginning.
If I may add, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. O'Hare.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm very grateful. I had one of the worst units over at Indian Wells Villas as far as leakage was concerned, and they really aggressively went after it. And I'm happy to say that as of today, there are no leaks in the roofs at Indian Wells Villas that I am aware of. So thank you.
That's good to hear.
If I may expand on the question as well, the city just completed a needs assessment at both properties as part of our evaluation to look at long-term capital needs at both properties in our efforts to look at extending the covenants at both properties. And so we'll have probably report back to the Housing Authority in the end of summer, early fall, with some options and evaluations to be looking at. I also want to make sure it's clear that if there's additional need, for example, other capital needs at either property, those will come back if there's a budgetary issue. We don't want to have this thought that there's not funds available for these capital needs. We're just making sure that there are needs versus wants as part of that process as well.
Thank you. Bruce?
In terms of the Jocelyn, I know that we said we're going to look into it. Is there any need for any budgetary, any budget for looking into the Jocelyn Center? And I'm talking specifically about transportation to and from.
Well, we've put in a pretty healthy budget, as Mr. McCarthy has showed, with $20,000 at each property. That's more than what we run on expense. In comparison to what we have at our other properties, you'll see that it's actually a very rich resident services budget. So we can have a conversation with Jocelyn if there is a cost associated with that additional transportation, see what we can subsidize versus what they are able to bring on site.
Kalanda, any questions? Okay. So that means at this point, we open public comment on this presentation. Do we have any public comments? Okay, anybody want to say anything? Who came judiciously today? Okay, so we'll close public comment, bring it back to council for a motion to.
I move the recommended action.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. I would just say that I would hope that we, as part of this plan specifically, in agreement with the recommended motion, but to also ensure that we address speed on the roads, rodents, and lighting. So if with that motion amended, does anybody else have any comments on that?
Are we under commissioner report and comments right now?
No, we're adopting the budget.
Okay. No comment.
I second.
Second, okay. Does anybody have any comment about the amended motion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Okay, commissioner
Thank you,
reports
Honorable
and
Chair.
comments. Thank you very much for the presentation, Kevin.
Yeah, I got a comment I'd like to make. These are kind of thank yous. Since our last housing authority meeting, the city manager, the interim housing director, and the CFO have been very gracious with their time, meeting with both my counterpart from Mountain View Villas and myself monthly to address issues that we feel are of concern in our communities. Both of us have been asked for, and we have submitted a list of concerns. A lot of them are redundant, things that they knew about already, but I wanted to follow up on. And I'm looking forward to the promised items intended to not only maintain but improve the quality of life at both our properties, especially the pending renewal of the affordability covenants. That issue in and of itself is going to contribute a tremendous amount to the quality of life there insofar as the security that it affords, that our communities will remain affordable. So I just wanted to pass along my gratitude for their efforts on our behalf. Thank you.
That's great, and thank you for meeting with them on a regular basis. That's terrific and much improved. Glenda, do you have any comments? Okay, so that closes the commission report hearing and the adjournment of the meeting. Thank you very much, everyone. Here endeth the meeting. We'll have now until 1:30 to begin the city council meeting, so we have a 20-minute break.
Any good jokes?